So you are looking at one beautiful owl. This is a barn owl. Her name is Millie, and they are very rare here in Connecticut. And we are in Connecticut. This is Lauren's Crazy Pet Show. We have been invited to the Connecticut Audubon, and here is the executive director, Patrick. So nice to see you again.
Good to see you as well. It's been a long time since I've been on your show.
Patrick used to come on to Pet Talk when he was like 10 years old? No. This is Tricia, and she's been kind enough to bring Millie here so we could see how absolutely beautiful she is, because we really don't see many in the wild.
No, here in Connecticut, this is a very rare bird. They do nest in Connecticut. Maybe there's one pair left. You know, they're very secretive. It could be a few more, but it is one of the most rare and endangered nesting species in Connecticut.
And what really strikes me, and I'm sure it strikes you out there as you're watching this, is the face. It's a heart pattern.
Yeah, they use their ears to hunt as well as their eyes. The heart-shaped pattern are what is known as facial discs, and it helps to focus the sound into. They have offset ears, so they actually can get a 3D map from what they're hearing. In addition to, they have very excellent sight both in the day and at night, so they can hunt in near total darkness.
It's incredible. And the coloring, we were just mentioning that we went in with the Beardsley Zoo tiger cubs, and their coloring is similar to Millie's.
Yeah, I just love the intricate patterns. They vary in the amount of white on their breasts, and the ones around here typically are much more white on the breast, whereas in some parts of their range. They actually they're endangered here in Connecticut, and regionally in New England they're not doing well. But overall, they're pretty widespread. They're found on almost every continent except for Antarctica. But here we just don't have the habitat for them anymore. They're starting to, in some places, adapt to a more urban landscape, and nesting in abandoned buildings and hunting rats and mice in some open areas in cities. But historically, they've been more a denizen of farmland and marshes and the like.
There are so many owls and birds that you can see everywhere. Here we are on a ledge here at this beautiful facility. It's in Milford. It's the Connecticut Audubon. You can see, as far as the eye can see, water. Inside you have beautiful telescopes.
Spotting scopes to look out over the marsh.
So you can see so many different things.
Yeah, and we're working on getting our touch tank replaced so that kids can come in and actually touch things like horseshoe crabs. And
it's fantastic. And I know you're spotting so many different birds this year. I know you're spotting snowy owls, which is one of my favorite owls. They're like the beauty queens of the owl world.
It is the best winter I can remember for snowy owls in this area. There are probably about 4 or 5 snowy owls that have been spending the winter here at the mouth of the Housatonic River. And this is a great place to come and see them at the Coastal Center here at Milford Point. The grounds are open dawn to dusk, and you might see a snowy owl. Now, snowy owls, it's a good winter for them, and that's a good thing because it means that they had a good breeding season up north. But most of the birds that are down here are young birds. They were hatched this last summer. Their parents unceremoniously chased them out of their territory. They started flying, they run into another snowy owl's territory, they got chased away. Eventually they find themselves down here where there's no breeding pairs. But it's a tough life for them. They're out here on their first winter, learning how to hunt on their own. It's great to come out and see them, but you also have to be respectful of them. Don't get close to them. Bring binoculars, a spotting scope. Don't try and get a photo with your cell phone. You see a lot of beautiful photos, but those are taken with, you know, sometimes over 100x magnifications. This is a great controlled place to do it. If there's an owl out here in the marsh, we have spotting scopes. The building's open 10 to 3 Tuesday through Saturday. Often you'll run into another birder here who may already have a snowy owl in their spotting scope.
And you can do it in any weather.
Yes.
Come out and spot, and it's just absolutely fabulous. So thank you for hosting us. We're so happy to be invited.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, and thank you everyone. This has been Lauren's Crazy Pet Show.